Well, hello again. Today, I would like to begin by quoting one of my special mentors, Gabor Mate. And he said, addiction is not a choice, it is a response to human suffering. Addiction is an attempt to escape suffering. What people need in response to addiction is not judgment and not simply symptom control. They need to be helped to heal from their trauma. The more hurt that people are, the more they need to escape. So the addiction was not the problem. The problem was that people had a lot of emotional pain that they didn't know what to do with. So the addiction was an attempt to solve a problem. People have a problem that they don't know what to do with. People have deep emotional pain that they don't know how to resolve on their own. So I think that that's a good introduction of what I want to talk about today. And what I want to talk about today is forgiveness. So I'm just going to talk about the skinny on two aspects. Number one, forgiving ourselves. And the second aspect is forgiving others. So first, I would just, as a peer support worker, like to tell a bit about my story. And I went through a period of time where I just beat myself up like you would not believe. And I did this for a long period of time, for almost a number of years, even where I was suicidal. I, I hated myself. I just couldn't believe that I was so stupid, that I made so many mistakes. I was really, really stuck until one day, I this group ACA, Adult Children of Alcoholics, and I phoned the number and I talked to this woman, and I told her my story that I was telling everybody, that I had made more mistakes than anybody, and I was so depressed I didn't want to be around anymore. And she just said very calmly, she said, it's totally understandable that you feel the way you did, having gone through what you went through. And sometimes in life, people will say something that really resonates with you. And I knew that she was telling me the truth, and it just made so much sense. And so we kept talking, and she just kept repeating, well, it's totally understandable that you feel the way you do, having gone through what you went through. So we would talk a couple times of a week, and this happened almost like within a few days or weeks. And, the wheels were starting to shift in my thinking. And I realized she was right. And I started to think, what am I doing? Beating myself up? It doesn't make any sense. So the great thing that was happening was I was able to begin to forgive myself. It just didn't make any sense. And I've been forgiving myself on that path ever since. And then, right on its footsteps, I started to begin to be able to love myself. And then I became a fighter. But I'll be talking about those things, loving ourselves, in other podcasts. I just want to kind of focus on being able to forgive ourselves. But I was able to forgive myself and just realize it was all bullshit. The lies I was telling myself. So, anyway, that's my story on how I came to forgive myself. And it's such a beautiful thing. And the freedom is just so awesome. Forgiving others. One of the um, one of the most interesting stories on forgiving others was listening to Joyce Myers. And I'll just kind of paraphrase her story, what she said. But she said that when she was growing up, I think by the time she was 18, she was raped by her father at least 200 times. And she said that she she wished that her mother would leave her father, but that never happened. She wished her father would die, but that never happened. And she said she wished that what happened never happened, but of course it happened. And she said, I'm making a long story short, but she said she finally came to realize, and she said, I'm not going to try and explain it. And I know it doesn't make any sense, but, I've come to the point in my life where I'm glad it happened. And the reason she was glad it happened because she said, I've become a better person as a result of having gone through. I have compassion. I understand what it's like when you go through those things. Now I can help other people. And she totally forgave her parents. As a matter of fact, her father apologized later in life, and she ended up helping them, buying them a house. A beautiful, beautiful story of forgiveness, of forgiving others. So what I did was I wrote down a few quotations that I was reading over the last couple of days on forgiveness, and I'll just read those to you now. The first step is to understand that forgiveness does not exonerate the perpetrator. Forgiveness liberates the victim. It is a gift we give to ourselves. And I think that's just so beautiful. That's by T.D. Jakes. And the next quotation is, there's nothing more classy or powerful than showing forgiveness and grace to someone who doesn't deserve it. And another quotation, people hurt each other. It happens to everyone, intentionally, unintentionally, regretfully, or not. It's a part of who we are as people. The beauty is that we have the ability to heal and forgive. And that's by Adi Assed. And the last quotation is by Albert Einstein. And he said, weak people revenge, strong people forgive, intelligent people ignore. And I think what Albert Einstein meant by that was that intelligent people let go. Intelligent people let go. And that's one of the big um things that AA teaches is let go. We've got to let go of the hurts, of the pains, of the resentments that we carry, of the bitterness. And what I know is so true that what we practice grows stronger. And when we practice letting go on a constant basis, on a daily basis, it grows stronger and stronger and stronger. And it really is probably the most intelligent thing you could ever give to yourself is to practice letting go. And it's not going to happen overnight, but as time goes by, it really does work. We can let go of those things that bring us down and cripple us. And the one thing I was just reading this morning, uh, and I thought it was so profound that I wrote it down. I'm going to read it to you now. It was a podcast by a really smart woman. And recovery from resentments is possible, but it's going to take work, you know? And, but it's beautiful work. And as you see yourself getting better, it's really rewarding. But anyway, the woman I'm talking about, her name was Shifali Tisaberi. And she said something really profound. And I'll just read what she said now. She said, unless we understand how culture has lied to us from our birth, it's not our parents' fault because they were pawns. They were unconscious and dismally unaware. It is our responsibility to release them and wake up. Everything culture tells us is a lie, an illusion. So when you begin to wake up and see that all these systems of culture have taken away from us who we really are. And I think this is just so profound. And that was my story. Like I started at the beginning. You know, culture took away my identity, the person I really was. And freedom was coming to realize it wasn't my fault. Freedom was realizing that I could get my identity back and finally come out of hiding and become the person I really was, connecting the dots. And another big tool and part of what I'm talking about, remember, this is just the skinny on forgiving. Uh, but one of the big tools of forgiving is community. You know, like most of us have found we can't do it alone. You know, we think we're smart and maybe we are smart, but we're not smart enough to uh, do this alone. But community is such a big thing when we get together with other people and we talk about what happened to us and we see that other people's lives are changing. It's such a powerful tool. So anyway, I just would like another one of my mentors, John Bradshaw. He wrote a beautiful piece about recovery. And just let me read what he said now. Um, he said, the healing is to be born into a family where it's okay to be human. It's okay to make mistakes. Mistakes are said to be times of learning where people don't put you down and punish you because you made mistakes. Healthy families have laughter and spontaneity where you don't have to walk on eggshells all the time because maybe someone will catch you in a mistake and cream you. You can have fun in such a family because people aren't going to cream you all the time. You see, if we want to prevent addiction, we've got to stop shaming children and others. We've got to stop the process of becoming shame based. Until we do it, we learn how to heal shame. And that is so profound and so beautiful. And that's the work that I'm involved now is peer support meetings where we do just that. You know, we heal together, we help each other, and it's just such a beautiful thing, and it works. So anyway, I think that's what I wanted to say today. I just wanted to do the skinny on forgiving, but just remember, it's the greatest gift we can give to ourselves. You know, forgiving ourselves and forgiving others. It really is. It's such a huge tool and part of recovery. So anyway, I'm going to be covering some interesting topics in the future, like loving ourselves, you know, which is such an important thing to do and such a beautiful thing, you know, and it's a choice. And that's one thing that I talk about all the time because I know it's true. We have the power to choose to heal. We really do. So anyway, that's kind of what I wanted to say today. So if anybody ever has any questions, you know, this is the work I do, and I love to meet and talk to people and to help people because that's what I do. So in the meantime, Albert Einstein also said, question, 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 question everything. So I hope you do that. And on top of that, take it easy, forgive yourself, and love others. See you next time.